Brighton and I are doing good. We trying to keep busy. We're staying home a lot still. He was having trouble with his gallbladder again the other day, so we had to go to the hospital, but he's fine now. He's not sleeping very well again. He stays up all night and he's just getting ready to go to bed at like 10 o'clock in the morning. We're sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Tell her about the weather.
I was looking at my cat.
Tell her about the cats. Is it close by there? Show her the cats.
Oh, he's up on the top of the cat tree. They're running up and down the hallway chasing shoes. They're knocking shoes around and chasing them around. And when we turn on the water in the bathroom, the one sits there and swats at the water. He tries drinking out of the faucet. Every time I go to brush my teeth, it's like he knows I'm going to brush my teeth. He just takes off running for the bathroom and waits for me to turn on the water.
Oh. I'm just calling Harold now to see. Hi, did you get the link? Are you okay to go? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna admit you now. Yeah. Okay, then so mom's already on there. So there you go. Should be on there now.
Hi, Harold.
Okay. So just remember you have to talk to her. She can sort of only answer yes or no. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go on in a couple minutes. I'm just doing my hair here. Bye.
Hi. Okay, say hello.
Hello.
Is everybody here? Rita.
Can you see him, Kye7e? Can you see Harold?
Hello.
She can see you and hear you.
Probably having some feelings.
Is somebody bringing her over?
Oh, is she not on your screen?
Do we have, okay, Rita meeting. Rita
There's
meeting.
nobody here.
There's nobody on the screen.
Oh, it's the one that I've got. It's the second one that just says Rita Matthew. Is it in blue D?
Click on that.
No.
I don't know what their screen looks like, but for mine, I've got the gallery view.
Like on top of the screen, I got myself, and then there's a chair or something was Rita Matthew.
Yeah, that's me.
Mom's doing her hair.
Okay.
You can't see Mom yet?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
She can see you and she can hear you.
There is,
hello, Ida.
Hello.
Oh.
How are you? How are you, my dear? You okay?
You might have to remind her, Harold, her Elena's name.
No. You remain your name.
I'm sorry, what do we have to
tell who you are?
Hello, I'm your brother Harold.
And a reminder of Elena's name.
Hello, I'm Elena. How are you, Ida?
Okay.
You look okay. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're okay?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Elena, my wife is going to say hello to you, okay?
Hello, how are you?
I am fine.
It's really nice to see you again, Aida. I really love that. I want to stay down there with you. Very soon, I think. It's lovely to see you again.
Reminder where you're from, Elena.
Aida, I'm from Mexico. Remember that? I'm Harold's wife, Elena.
She loves people from other countries.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Say something to her in Spanish.
Me da mucho gusto estar viéndote en la pantalla, Aida. De verdad, me da mucho gusto de corazón.
Now tell her what you said.
It's really lovely to see you on the screen, and I love that. From the bottom of my heart, it's nice to see you again.
Okay, go ahead, Harold. Remind her about your book. Tell her you want to spend some time with your book.
Hello, it's me again. Okay, I wanna come in, as soon as we get inoculated for this sickness that's going around. I will come to see you, and we will talk about my book.
Ask her if she remembers your book.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot about Rafter River, and when I can come to see you, I will bring my book and we will talk about it together, okay? You and I.
Ask her if she remembers your book. Ask her.
Did you bring out your guitar to sing her a little song?
Now? Yeah, I can if you want.
Yes, please do that. Please do.
Okay, we'll just get the guitar out then. I don't know whether I've been early in the morning for my voice. Pull the screen down. Okay. Can you hear the guitar? She'll probably remember this one. Set up two glasses, Joe, and turn the jukebox low. And let me sit and reminisce. You probably remember that one. I'll try one more. Beautiful, beautiful brown eyes. Beautiful, beautiful brown eyes. Beautiful, beautiful brown eyes. I'll never see brown eyes again. Okay, let me think of one. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are blue. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You it? I wonder if she got that.
Ask her to ask her to nod if she can hear that.
Okay.
Can you hear that, Mom? Could you hear Uncle Harold singing? Nod or wave. Yeah, she could hear it, Harold.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. Well, that's
I was. Hi, good morning, Mom. Aren't you happy to see your brother, your little brother? Yeah. Isn't he looking good? He looks like a 40-year-old, maybe.
Yes, nice. Thank you.
You do. You know, Mom, Harold said his hair isn't even getting gray in it. Look at it. Look, I don't know where he got his genes from. You know, his hair is still dark. So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah. So while the two of you are on, I talked to Liz last week, and we're gonna try to see if she can come on to be on with the two of you and whoever else. I guess you might want to get on. You can see Harold. This is a nice way to touch base, and yeah. So we're on every week, but maybe just if you anything you want to tell her about. How things are going for you, Harold, you know, that your health is pretty good, and just let her know, because I know that's something she'd be worried about would be your health.
Okay.
okay. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello again, Ida. Can she hear me?
yeah.
Okay. Hello, Ida. Oh, I'm doing really well. I'm doing very well, and my health is good, and I'm getting younger every day. Yeah, yeah. And okay, I'm gonna say goodbye now because we better get in cameras. And I was just told I better not leave.
Okay, well, I can direct some conversation here, Harold, because you know, I know it's challenging sometimes to put you on the spot to talk, but you know, just to uh, you know, what I was telling Mom yesterday, me and Harold had a talk, and we were talking about his book, if you remember his book that he wrote. And he wanted to, I think he told you that a little few minutes ago, but to spend some little bit of time with you. So I guess we're still in that what are they calling it, epidemic, I guess.
Oh,
And yeah, we can't even go visit. We're only supposed to have one other person, you know, besides who's in the family, in what they call it, our bubble, you know, that we can communicate with. So when the weather gets better, probably too, it's January, what is the date? 6th, 5th?
5th.
January 5th today. So we just finished New Year's, and but we couldn't even do anything for New Year's because of, well, I don't know about, maybe the young people still got out. They put some fireworks down at the ballpark on New Year's Eve over here, and or they put on, some of the younger people put on some fireworks, and then there was some people shooting off guns down here. You know how they do it on midnight. Yeah, so yeah, that's something, Harold, that we like to talk about some of those good old memories. And I think last time we were talking, you and I were talking yesterday about the church and Christmas, and the how nice it was to have I guess it would be, the spirituality and the joy, and people got together, and it was good feelings. Harold, you talked about putting the manger up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that, Mom, putting up the manger at the church at Christmas Eve? Yeah, she's nodding. So yeah, and we were talking about crazy things that happened. I guess maybe that's the kind of thing we sometimes remember as well. When I think there was one time when some little piece broke off of little baby Jesus statue, and I remember somebody trying to fix it, to put it together. But we're talking too about the first aid man, if you remember, Jimmy John used to play the organ.
Yeah.
And at one time he started playing Jingle Bells in I guess it was the midnight mass, or
no, it was Christmas Eve, and that was the last we ever heard from Jimmy John. And after that, everything went for a little bit of a poop. So, but yeah, but what if I can talk loud enough or clear enough, I want to say something about Raft River that she'll remember quite well. We got to Raft River late in the day with horses and the wagon, and my dad didn't have the spear made yet. So my mom said, we have to give the children something to eat. And she said, well, can you get a salmon? My dad says, no, because I still have to make the spear. So my mom said, well, it's getting late. We better do something. So my mom had a 22 rifle. So she went down the creek, and she told us, I can't remember who was with me. We were pretty small. I can't remember who was with me. And she went upstream with her gun, and she shot a salmon. She shot a salmon, and then we had to catch the salmon down the river from where she shot the fish, and then so we were able to eat.
Yeah, I think you remember, Harold, when we made a little trip up there, and was that you or somebody? The band, I think, took a van up there. Some people went up there, and we went down to the old fishing spot, and along the flat there, and you, or maybe Norman Baptiste, I think, was there too. But somebody went into the bush and found an old spear that was still there.
Oh no, I had made that.
Oh, you made that. Oh,
I made that about 20 or so years before that, and I stuck it up on the tree where the old bridge was.
Right.
And then remember, I took it down we had a meeting there when you're declaring the place as ours.
Yeah.
And then I brought it there, and then I just showed it to everybody, and then I re-hit it, but I took it down towards the river instead of back to the bridge. I took it down the river a little bit, and I put it up against a big cottonwood tree, but now I can't find it. I went looking for it last year, and I can't find it again.
Yeah. Well, lots of memories there at Raft River. And, you know, I guess the generations now, we look at, you know, the younger ones now. I don't even think how many, maybe 10 salmon were coming up there. It's so sad because of, you know, there was a, what did they call it? Rock
That was-
slide.
Yeah, I don't know if that affected so much our river, because I think the slide happened north of Lillooet, up in there someplace. That's on the
Oh,
Fraser. So I think it's just a depletion of the salmon, you know, now. And I talked to Pat about it, and he said they're going to shut down fishing completely on Raft River, and any salmon fishing up and down the North Thompson as well too. So I think hopefully, but whatever happened, there are a lot more spring salmon in Raft River now than there used to be. So the spring salmon are rebuilding themselves in Raft River. So we're getting more spring salmon and not so many sockeye.
and now we're getting a bit of fish out of barrier, eh? Like that seems to be. I think we get something like 10 salmon or something that just goes to the fishery,
Trap.
and
You mean the trap that they put up there?
yeah.
I don't think they did that last year. And I think they should leave that alone as well. Let the salmon do the thing up in Barrier River, and that would probably help. I was trying to think, oh yeah. Before we used to go salmon fishing with my mom and dad, we used to go down to McClellan's ranch, and then my dad used to clear land for them. So we camped down below there someplace in Raft River. And one morning we woke up in a tent, and then the frogs were migrating. The frogs were moving, and I woke up, and my mom woke up, and there was a great big frog on her chest. When she woke up, our tent was facing the river where the frogs were coming from, and then they came in the front of the tent, but they couldn't get through the back. And so we had, I don't know, must have been 100 frogs inside the tent. And my mom was trying to chase them out with a piece of stick. We had, well, like I said, we must have had 100 frogs in there, big ones, small ones. They were just, I think they migrate every 4 or 5 years, and they were all in the tent. I remember my mom was trying to chase them out with a piece of stick, and there was some big frog sitting right on top of her chest when she woke up. But there was we had lots of really interesting experiences there.
How did you used to travel from Kye7e to Raft River?
Oh, horse and buggy. And ever since I can remember, like we always had, as soon as buggies were available, I don't remember not ever having a wagon. Yeah. So we always traveled back and forth with horse and buggy. And we always used to go up through Blackpool, down a mountain from Helmore Lake, down in the Blackpool, and cross a ferry at Blackpool. And that's how we always went. Sometimes when we came home, we couldn't cross the ferry because the ferry would close at about 7 o'clock at night. So we would have to come all the way to Barrier and cross Barrier there. And then with the horses, because the Blackpool ferry would close at night.
How many days?
We always camped. My mom always, my dad, my mom. Well, we all camped at Helmore Lake, and then we would go from there the next day right to Rafter River from Helmore Lake.
How many days during your trip?
We would just camp one night at Helmore Lake, and the next day we would make it to Rafter River on a buggy.
When was the last time you went up there, Harold? Do you remember, like with the family, how old you might have been? I guess you left home quite early, so were you going up there until you left home? Was people still traveling to Rafter River, when you were still at Chuchwa?
Pretty much, but my dad eventually bought a truck, old truck, and I don't know if Ida can keep up with the story, but when we always went to Rafter River on horses and buggy, and we always stopped in Helmore Lake, and Mom would take all the tent and put the tent up and groceries and everything, and all the blankets and everything in Helmore Lake, and we would stay at Helmore Lake overnight. And then early in the morning, the next day, we always would. My mom would pack everything in the wagon, and we would go to Raft River. Well, eventually, my dad bought a truck, and that was when quite a few years later, in the early 50s, my dad finally bought a truck. So they were going to go to Raft River or up Wirecast, go berry picking or get salmon. So my mom packed the truck with all the blankets in the tent and everything, and they started to go to Raft River through Helmore Lake. And of course, they made it to Helmore Lake in about 20 minutes or a half an hour. And they were going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning. They were in Raft River at 9 o'clock in the morning. And my mom made my dad stop there and set up the camp like she always did when we used horse and buggy. And he said, we can be in Raft River in 1 more hour. She said, no, we're stopping here, and I'm going to put the tent up. And they put a tent up, and they spent the whole day in Helmore Lake, and then they went the next morning with a truck.
I got to go on a couple of trips with the truck, and I maybe you were there, Harold, too. A bunch of some of the cousins. I don't know how the heck we fit on the truck. I guess I know Gerald and Liz and I think Melvin. I'm not sure if Melvin was there, but I remember Gerald and Liz. And when we went right up to Avola, up to Wirecash, and and Kachut and them were up there too. They were on a different camp. Were you there that time when Kachut lost her basket?
No, I never ever went with them on the truck. The only times, because by 1957, because I was working at the sawmill, I never got to go on the truck, and because we always worked when the salmon were up, and so Excuse me. And so I never did own a truck, but I got to go up there on my own, of course, later on. I can tell you one more story if you want about Raft River. Okay. My dad finally bought a truck, and then they would go fishing. Him and Harry Abel used to go fishing up there with the old truck. So they went on Wednesday. And of course, my dad and Harry couldn't read, and they just had the old permit from last year before they went. So they went up there with the old fishing permit to Raft River, and they got there and they started fishing, and they got about 10 salmon, and then the fish warden came down and said, "What are you guys doing?" My dad said, "We're fishing." He said, "You're fishing on the wrong day." And he said, "Tomorrow is when it's open." He said, "You weren't supposed to be fishing today." So they charged them for fishing in the wrong day. And they had to go to court. And they set the court date right up. Old Red Small, the owner of this grocery store in Clearwater, was the magistrate. He was the judge. So they set a date for the court case, and they get up there, and my dad and Red Small, the owner of the store, were very, very good friends. So before they went to court, he went and seen the judge, Red Small, and said to the Reds, "How much is the fine going to be for fishing on the wrong day?" And Mr. Small said, "Around $40 to $50 fine." And my dad says, "We don't have any money." And old man Small, the judge, the magistrate, said, "Okay, I will lend you some money. I will lend you the money for your fine." My dad said, "Okay." So Mr. Small loaned them $50 for the fine. So they went to court, and then the judge said to my dad and Harry, "Do you have anything to say for yourself?" And my dad said, "Yes." He said, we can't read." And he said, "We just had our old permit from last year, and it was Wednesday." And the other thing he said to the judge was, "Okay, the fish warden seen us come into the river, and he watched us until we caught salmon. And then he said he charged us." He said, "Why didn't the man come down and tell us that we're fishing on the wrong day before we caught salmon?" And then Mr. Small said, "Okay, we'll throw the case out the window. We won't charge you." So then my dad and Harry still had the $50. And Harry said to my dad, he said, "Do you have to give it all back?" Well, he said, "We're here." Harry said, "We can stop at the beer parlor and pick up a half a case of beer." And my dad said, "Well, he said, well, ask him if we can keep $20. So they went back to Red Small at the store and said to him, "We'd like to keep $20 of the fine." And Mr. Small said, "That's fine. You can keep $20. And they went. And my God, the things that we did in Rafter, it was amazing, But shooting the salmon, that was it. That was those. I got a couple other stories, but I guess I better go. It looks like the weather's going to get bad here, so I better get going.
Oh, well, I'm so happy that you made it on today. So I'm going to see when we can get Liz to come on. She's still working, if you know. Liz is working still at the casino. She took, they had to be laid off for a few months. And then she went back, and she's, Debbie's going to see if she can get her on. So I'm just booking a visit. So on a Sunday, because that's, you know, we have a limited time that I can go in and visit anybody, you know, or whoever is designated. So I will see what we can schedule when Liz can come on, and it'd be really nice if you guys could come on again as well. And if it's okay, we usually put the video of the visit, the Zoom visit, we call it, on Facebook for the family only. So just to share that with you. So good to see you. I know, Mom, it's probably just such a joy to see your brother and his wife, Aleda. And we're so happy that you guys are looking after each other, because, you know, I was saying yesterday, that's, you know, we're going through some pretty, might be difficult times, but, you know, I was saying as well, you know, I always say to the younger people, you're a Shuswap person, you're strong. You come from people that lived on the land 2 generations ago. They were still making a fire and cooking outside. And, you know, that's, I mean, Harold, that you're one generation, really, you know, you did that. So, you know, tell them to be strong. And, you know, we're now getting to see still our younger ones having challenges. So, you know, we this is something that we're doing, you know, in our family. So you can, you know, this can be done. Seems like there's no other way to communicate. So anyway, I always tell people I'm like Granny. Remember when you'd be trying to leave and she'd follow you out, you know, well, with us, follow us out to the car to be talking about the car. Dad would start to back away and she'd be still talking. Pretty soon he'd go and we'd just drive away. And I always joke and tell people, I'm like Granny, just go. I'll be okay if I'm still talking.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice to see you again, Rita.
Yeah. Okay, then. So
Yeah.
you guys can just sign off, and we're going to continue visiting here for a while. We usually get about 45 minutes. And then Mom gets called.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, Ida, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Ida.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Okay.
Love you so much.
Take it easy. Look after your health, and we'll talk to you again.
See you guys.
Putu. Putu. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you can just sign off, Elena.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, wow. That was a nice visit. Yeah, I just love to hear the stories. Yeah, looks like it's our people's first week back at work. So I don't know if Pat is at work today, but anyhow, so it's just us, Mom. We got a little bit of snow up here at Shuswap, but it's not too bad. It seems to got a little bit colder, and I was getting lazy to make my fire and, you know, my furnace with wood. So I had my electric heat on all week, but I got around yesterday finally and made a fire again. So we really, unless, you know, we go to the store or, you know, go to Kamloops for something, people are pretty much just staying in their houses. And, you know, again, I was sharing, you know, with what's going on in the world. But it seems like we got through the holidays with no big incident. We talked to you on Christmas Day, you know, when I went to visit you. there was some presents left for you there. So I guess somebody must have got to open them for you. But yeah, it's been pretty quiet around here. And like I say, we don't get much anywhere. Nothing too much going on with families. So nothing this time of the year. I always enjoy just, hearing anybody with got anything going on in their life. Even, hearing about Deanna's cats. If you remember on the last Zoom visit, we got talking about animals, and that kind of continued for a while. We were still for a week or so still trying to remember dogs' names and cats and that still shares about what happened with her cats and her kittens. And yeah, so it's been a not too bad a winter so far. The weather makes it good that we can still drive if we need to. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just still trying to get my house organized. I always remember, after New Year's, it always seemed kind of bare around once the decorations came down off, for the tree, and little few decorations, we used to put up around the house. Most of what we made was homemade stuff. I don't even remember if we had any. We must have had some Christmas decorations that were bought, but we used to spend time cutting out snowflakes and stringing the Christmas cards along the wall and decorating the tree with making paper chains to put on the tree. And it was always, I guess it was just the way things were back then. People sometimes would visit from house to house, and there was really not much focus around Christmas presents. It seems like today there's so much commercial stuff about Christmas, and this year it was, but I went to that's the store that one day, and it was pretty quiet. We were trying to I don't know what we were looking for, but everybody seems to be okay. Robert sent me some pictures he wanted to print and give to you. So next time I come, I'll give you those pictures that Robert sent of the girls. They're all still doing okay. Everybody, our young people seem to be getting by. We haven't heard from a couple of them that are far away, but I know it's always good to know that they're just surviving and getting by through all of this. And Harold and I were talking yesterday. Oh, there's Tim.
Hello.
Hi.
Just finished cooking breakfast.
Oh, nice.
Just cooking breakfast. It's almost ready.
Oh, sounds good. I get lazy. I usually have breakfast for lunch, and getting up in the morning, just getting coffee, sometimes coffee and toast and coffee and porridge. But anyway, so things have been pretty quiet, nothing exciting. I was saying about New Year's Eve, and those guys were shooting off the guns, and they had some fireworks down at the ballpark. Tim had a big fireworks down in Vernon for the community. He raised money, and it must be about a half an hour, Deanna?
I think a little bit longer than that, but yeah, about half an hour.
Yeah, and people came there in their vehicles to watch it. Yeah, and then he put it on the internet for anybody that wanted to go in and watch the fireworks. And there was lots of people that were going on there and, saying what a nice thing it was. I think these days, with very, very little excitement. I don't know how the kids are doing. I guess they have to go back to, whatever they can still do for the ones on the reserves, sleigh riding, I suppose. Or John was asking about if anybody had any snowboards. So I was looking for help and, see if they've got, because I know they have a snowboard group up here. So Eddie's boy, Earl, he's involved in it with his kids. And so we might come up with some snowboards for those kids. So I sent a message to Earl to ask him about snowboards. And I was joking and I was saying, no, it's not for me. I'm not gonna, I have a toboggan outside my house, and I was laughing about that, saying if I wanted, I could get on. I still got a little bit of snow around the front of the house, but last week, all the snow was gone. Was your snow gone down there, 2D?
Pretty much. A lot of it melted. We've still got some out there now, but it got cold last night and it froze.
Right.
So we have some ice out in the driveway now, but the roads were supposed to be icy this morning too. People are posting pictures of the road. Well, the police actually posted a picture about the roads being icy.
Right.
And people were telling stories about how they're sliding through stop signs and stuff in town. But yeah, we did get some snow a couple of times in the last week, but we still have a little bit, but a lot of it is melted already.
Yeah. So it's been a strange spring. I always think people a long time ago where they were aware of the weather patterns, they would probably know, what was going to be coming up for the next month or so, because we still have a bit of winter left. And, who knows, we could still, we've had snowstorms in January or February. So anyway, it feels like this year, it's been big hope. They put out a vaccine now for that epidemic, and they're going to be putting it in the senior places, so that you'd be not vulnerable to that COVID-19, that epidemic. And then they're going to put it out to the health people that are working, with sick people. And then it's going to go out to the Indian bands as well. We haven't heard yet. I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything, Dee, about what they're doing with the rollout for the vaccine?
Our band sent out registration forms yesterday for the elders. They haven't said when yet, but they sent out registration forms now.
Yeah. So I think they said it's going to be a few months before they'll actually start to open up things a bit, eh?
Yeah.
So that's my hope, Mom, that we can have our family visit again, and we won't have to be wearing hospital gowns and goggles and masks and whatever. That's kind of how it is. If we go in the store now or anywhere public, you have to wear a mask. So I don't know if you get to see the TV there, but if they put the news on all over the world, pretty much, well, for sure in Canada and United States, people are walking around wearing masks. Some people wearing them all the time. So yeah. Okay, well, what's that?
No, because you're an essential visitor too, you would get yours before the band.
Oh.
Because it's healthcare workers, like the frontline staff, and then the long-term care, assisted living, and the essential visitors too. So that would include you. So you should
Oh,
be getting yours before the band.
oh. Yeah, so yeah, anyway, what we're looking forward to is yeah, for sure is getting that vaccine. I was watching again, remember we were talking about the polio vaccine. I was asking you, if remembered back to the when the polio was out there, and I remember that they were showing the numbers of people that were getting polio, and I remember that when we weren't able to go swimming because there was the thinking that it was I don't know what was the connection to the lakes or the rivers or whatever, or maybe just made you more vulnerable or something. But yeah, so anyhow, people living through that, and it's a good thing nothing worse is going on in the world. I'm sure there are worse things that could happen. So anyway, well, Mom, looks like we're just about up to 11 o'clock here. I don't know what your schedule for Tuesdays is. I think it was Wednesdays to have your bath. But anyway, well, we're gonna sign off now, Mom. So I'm going to make a request to come in and visit you. I'm hoping this, upcoming Sunday. And Debbie, Liz's daughter, is going to see if she can have Debbie come on and visit with us on the computer as well. So and then we'll get Harold back on. He was getting, yeah, he had to get into Kamloops today. So okay, so we're gonna sign off now, Mom. So you're looking good. We always say that to you, but we're not BSing. It's nice that your hair is looks like it's got kind of getting a bit of a wave back to it even, and it's looking very healthy. Your hair and your skin. I know. You can see when people are looking tired or whatever, but you're looking good. You'll have another celebration for another birthday coming up in a few months here. Okay, so we'll talk to you again probably on Sunday, Mom, and if not, we'll be on again on next Tuesday then. Okay, so you can let them know that we're signing off now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.